Hi everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Dark Sector, and it's Chapter 6, The Bait. So what I'm going to purchase here, I already had something purchased. What I'm going to do is apply the upgrade slot so I can have 3 slots on this particular handgun. I have 2 upgrade slot cards, but I'm not going to apply both because you can't. And the reason for that is you can only have 3 upgrade slots per a weapon like this or any other gun. Now the heavy duty rifles and stuff like that, those have 4 slots by default, so I imagine that you can have 5 slots, but I'll have to reconfirm that. So what I did there was I applied an upgrade slot and I also put in a reload card. So I have a lot of other cards, I just haven't applied them because I want to wait until I purchase my other heavy duty gun and give that my fullest attention as far as what I want to upgrade in it. So we've already been to this area before, but we couldn't jump on the turret. Now you can. For the first time, have we fought these guys before? I think we may have fought these guys before, but for the majority of the game we're going to be fighting them, and it's sad in that regard because they could have put in so many different fight variables. But it's just these guys for the main game coming up. I mean, there's going to be, it's not that way entirely, but it's, like I said, the majority of the fights, it's just these guys. It's very boring. So we've already been here, like I mentioned, and you can go through the door right about here, but I think you have to kill these guys before the door will open for you. And I also have not had I don't have the money to buy one of the big guns, but I will in time. So that just goes to show you how unnecessary it is to make big purchases right off the bat. So come on over here and grab your cash off this bench right here. And this chapter is pretty short. What you want to do over here is fire at the pipe. And I think I know the reason I'm missing a lot of those steals is because what I'm doing is I'm walking onto the item, but I'm moving my character away from it. And it's something that I do out of reflex just because I don't want to waste time. But I think if you want to have less missed steals, what you do is just let the item come to you. Don't move the camera, don't move your character. But we have some more of the blue guys. And these aren't really monsters, they're just infected human beings, I imagine, because there's a plague in the world. But they're pretty simple, even though I'm flashing red right here. It's just because I got shot a couple of times. But basically, they pretty much behave like other enemies would, like humans would, in regard to them being in cover. They'll just stay in cover like any other human would, although they don't have guns. They have projectiles they shoot from their persons. And that's regrettable because they never give out any kind of ammo drops or anything. And when you kill them, that's it. They don't even have a gun that they were holding that you could possibly grab. So here I'm doing the power shot. It works pretty well, actually. It's just that you can't do it blindly from cover. You have to expose yourself first. And we're going to have another really long fight coming up with the blue guys. Are they in here? Yeah, the blue guys are in here, and they're in the next room. So it's a really disappointing game in that respect. To have so many opportunities, but just to fill all these fights with these guys, very boring. I'm also going to have to upgrade this weapon and get its firepower upgraded, but I don't know how many there are of those in the game. Additionally, you can apply double the cards. Like if you have 2 reload cards and you want to drop both of them and have double that, you can do that. I think the limit is 2 on those though. But you might be able to, if all you want is reload speed, you might be able to drop all 3 or all 4, depending on how many slots you have. But just remember that once you drop a card in it, that's it. Unless you restart the checkpoint and you don't save it, you can't unapply any of your upgrades, which doesn't make any sense to me. Because we saw in Dead Space 2, they started letting you do a respec feature where you would take out something that you didn't want to have applied for a cost. I don't know how much it cost. I think it was the same as what a node cost. Those power nodes, 10,000 credits or whatever it was. Anyway, so we have this fight and the next fight. Just very long, drawn out fights that you can't skip. And we'll have a mid-level boss who is pretty challenging if you don't know where exactly you're supposed to hit him. But I've faced him many times and I know where his vulnerable area is. So there's a lot of enemies to kill and no checkpoints over here. So there's two guys here, and then the majority of them are out in the main courtyard. So this particular enemy works because they don't just try to kill you like other enemies would in other games. This is it's a cover-based shooter. They're going behind cover. They're throwing their projectiles at you. It's just that they're not a human enemy. They don't wield guns. You know, we can't use the mechanic of stealing anything from them, which is really sad. I don't know why they made these decisions, because it just seems like they had such a great title going for the first 5 chapters, and then they just started being extremely lazy about it or uninspired. I don't know. But it's still a fun game to play. Definitely. So anyone who follows my channel pretty closely probably knows that I'm now partnered with TGN. So there's a link to their site on my channel page. I didn't have to do that, but they always appreciate the support, and I appreciated them accepting my application. So I think I have a little bit more flexibility with uploads, but I still don't trust Konami to not give me copyright strikes, so I don't think I'm going to be doing a Lords of Shadow guide. There is a Lords of Shadow collection coming out on the 29th. Let me see, where's my phone at? That actually contains Lords of Shadow 1, and it has the Mirror of Fate 3DS game in HD quality, which I heard was pretty dull, but I might buy it anyway, just to get back into the spirit of that game, because it's a great title. But I've cleared Lords of Shadow about 15 or 20 times, just doing the trial so many times, just completing the individual levels. So we cleared all those enemies, and now I'm going to slow the footage down into normal speed so we can actually deal with this guy. But you see the reasons for my speeding this up. It's not going to be fun. It would never be fun to narrate this kind of thing, and it's just very slow. It's a slow process of meleeing with these guys. But in the next room we're going to have I guess they'd be called like heavy infantry soldiers or something like that. That's not the official name, but that really wouldn't matter too much. We have the blue guys again, and we also have, after you kill 1 or 2 of them, we'll have the heavy artillery soldier coming out. He walks very, very slowly. He's got a burst fire on his rifle, and he also has a rocket launcher. It's not the Jackal we faced in the previous level. It's a different guy. And what you want to do is, he has 2 cylinders on his back, on his actual equipment that he's wielding, that he's carrying on his back. So I'm going to try to zoom into it, but you'll be able to plainly see it when I go into the aftertouch mode with this weapon here. It's going to sharpen right here. See, those two little cylinders right there, those are what you want to target, and then he'll get stunned. His equipment will malfunction, and then you can go to town on him and hit him. Now, you don't have to do that, but otherwise you won't be able to subdue him. And I think your hits take away more damage if you actually get him down into different phases after you've damaged his equipment. And see, you could damage it by shooting at it or by throwing this blade at it, which takes a couple hits unless it's infused with an element like fire. So did this connect right here? Yeah, I think that connected almost. But if you find yourself in a really tense situation like right here, see, I didn't anticipate how quickly he would move, even though he does move rather slowly. He could have fired a rocket at me and one shot killed me. One shot kills you on the default difficulty, so there's no dispute how what it would do here. It would easily kill you in one shot. So I'm just trying to aim for those cylinders, and you'll see him malfunction right there. Did I hit him? Almost. There we go. That's him malfunctioning, and this is me. See, you want to shoot those cylinders. I think that might be the only part of him that takes away significant damage. So if you shoot the cylinders, don't just shoot his body. Keep shooting the cylinders. Keep damaging those. That's really how you take that guy down. And that's the end of the level. It's like I said, it's very brief. There is some cash to be found. Even though you don't see me getting cash, just look around for yourself. Here you need to use the electricity from his corpse and then throw it at the switch by the cargo lift, and then it'll take us up to Chapter 7, and that's exactly where I'll see you. So thank you and take care, and thanks for watching my video guide.